exciting people coming up to be talking to us as well. So
Good.
I'm excited
All
about
right,
that,
good.
including you two, by the way, obviously.
Nice recovery there.
I mean, obviously. You can tell why I've been in a lot of relationships. I can never make it work because I can rarely get this comment right. All right, I think we are. If we are not live, we will be shortly. In fact, can we see each other? I believe we can. We are live, and we are watching the upset possibly in the making. We're watching the Bailey Robinson match. We have some of the most exciting players at the table. Young Finn Kolesnik sitting in the West chair, with Ish Del Monte, a seasoned pro, and Josh Don and Bill Bailey. And we hope to see some fireworks today. Welcome Mitch Dunitz, Corey Krantz back after the first set also. Gentlemen, thank you so much for doing this. Welcome to the action.
Thanks for
Well,
having
it's
us.
great. Hi there. It's Rob. It's great to be here. We've got some very interesting matches going on right now. We are looking at an upset in the making, and just on this first board alone, there's some interesting parry and thrust going back and forth. I think Bill Bailey took a very interesting three diamond push because he knows they have at least nine diamonds between them. The King of Hearts does not look attractive as a defensive card in the box, although it turns out it does have value, and he bid three diamonds. And this looks like it's going to hinge on the ability to find the Queen of Diamonds. So let's watch the play proceed and see what happens.
And we see a result drop in from the other table. They were in 3-0 Trump in the South, down one on this hand. And this is the first of our second set of the day. And three more sets to determine who goes on to the final eight.
Corey, what do you think about Ish Del Monte's decision to lead the Queen of Hearts instead of the Ace of Clubs?
That's kind of interesting. I would have led the ace of clubs.
Me too.
I guess
Um,
he was trying to tap. He was probably trying to tap the declare in case the partner had four diamonds. That's probably why he did it.
Well, another possibility is that you usually when you have an ace king in a suit and you don't lead it, you don't have it. So you could get your partner to go wrong. But obviously, if you show an ace king in a side suit, the declarer might have a better time of working out, uh, where the
Honor strength.
critical missing cards are. But it's hard to it's certainly not worth criticizing. It's just interesting.
It is.
And now let's see if we get a heart continuation to continue the tap. I think we do. And I think that Bill is likely to go down in this hand because um, there's a lot of work to be done to. He could still make
Well,
it.
he could
Ace
just
of
flush
spades.
drop it,
Well,
right?
he could play ace of spades, rough of spade,
Rough a
uh,
heart, rough a
up a
spade,
heart, rough of
overall.
spade. So it can be done, but we'll see if he does it.
I think he's gonna, actually.
And for those of you watching on YouTube, Twitch, or even through the Lovebridge platform, welcome to the program. Feel free to drop your questions, comments into the chat.
And now well, this is now he's going to go down. Well, no, actually, Finn, he's not going to go down. He's going to make it if he should exit a club here instead of playing a diamond. I don't like that.
Yeah, diamond throwing. Yeah, he should play a club. Yeah.
All right, so he slipped to the end. He was playing a double dummy until the end. And of course, we have the advantage of looking at all four hands, which makes us look like geniuses.
Yeah, we all play amazingly well in this format, by the way. I'm impressed with our skills of reading all 52 cards.
I think Bill maybe he's a little tired, but in that three card end position, if he just exits a club, he can always take a diamond finesse later in the hand. So that he slipped a little there. But again, we're looking at all four hands. It's a lot easier.
Yep.
Well, they may be forced to force even if Ish had the queen of diamonds, he might have to lead it if they mess up on the clubs. So it was right to lead a club neutrally. But you're right. He was definitely in the right line of play.
At the other table, we have, just for your references, gentlemen, North South, Mike Camel, Eric Robinson, North and South in that respective order. And Aaron Jones is sitting west with Owen Lean as the East player.
And that those two would have a unique title in bridge. They're two of the most talkative people at the table.
I had a drink with Owen the other night, so
I'm
Yes.
friends with both of them. I'm friends with actually I'm friends with everybody on both teams probably, but Owen and Aaron can both talk your ear off.
Yeah.
So
Well, J Don, Josh Don, he didn't learn to play bridge at my father's bridge club in Syracuse, but he played a lot. He played a lot of his first bridge at my father's bridge club in Syracuse, New York. So I've known him for a long, long time. Very fine player.
oh yeah, he is now. We missed a potential slam swing here. Josh had the opportunity to either to bid three clubs or to bid three no. He does the ace king of hearts, and the king of doesn't look like it's going to be a great card for slam, but he could have bid three clubs. It's a ratty suit, and then still gotten to three no. And if he had bid three clubs, he would have gotten a heart splinter from his partner, and they'd be in slam. So this could be a swing.
At the other table, they're efforting this auction right now. And North has gotten to raise clubs and show heart shortness on the auction that they've had
Right.
because
So South is wagging his tail at the other table. So I suspect this match is about to get closer.
yeah, and Owen chose to just bid one heart with the East hand rather than two, so took a different approach and kind of gave him a little bit of room to get more of that info in there. Because now the splinter happens at the 3 level, and
Well,
that
it's just
South
too hard.
hand.
Pretty pushy. If South had better hearts, it could have gone check check double potentially.
And by the way, in three no trump, if Finn had chosen to lead a spade instead of a heart, this hand would have been played much more slowly.
Ah, right. Yeah, it looks
It's true too.
danger, danger.
Both yeah, Queen's missing.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna have a swing on this board,
Wow.
I suspect. And now let's look and see.
Look at Ish's hand here. I mean, they are actually not far away from 6 on this also.
Six is a fine contract on this because you can pitch the second club and dummy. Do you like four spades? Do you think the four spades does justice to this hand? I think it's
I would more likely splinter than bid 4 spades, but I don't know. I don't know
I
what
would
their
splinter
style
also.
I think in the modern game, I think it's very common to play a lot of pairs, including me, are playing mixed raises directly, and this is, if anything, might be too good for a mixed raise. It's a
Right,
limit.
but if you played a
Yeah.
mixed raise that wasn't spades, you could conceivably mixed raise and then bid a game to kind of like show
Yeah.
something similar to this, right?
Yeah, or you could
For me-
if you play three as a mixed raise, that you could do that. You're right. Or you could bid two no trip as a limit raise and treat your hand as a limit raise. It's really not.
Look at this though. Not Ish takes the look, and Finn's cooperating with his heart
We're getting
shortness, and
Yeah.
wow.
So
well
Mitch,
done,
what's your
Jim.
range for a splinter?
Well, I don't have strict guidelines, but the bottom line is I'm not a mini splinters kind of guy. By the way, it's very interesting that Ish bid six spades here without a club control. I'm
Well,
not sure about that.
is Finn
But it's
kind
hard to
of
five hearts.
suggesting that with 5 hearts, like or
Well,
maybe
that's-
Ish thinks he is.
It could be last train. You're absolutely right. So then then six spades is warranted. And if Finn had a white on
So,
red four spade
can-
joke, certainly would have just been five spades.
Can we, before he makes it, what are you guys thinking when you're sitting in Josh's chair on this auction? Are you just trying to just be as passive as you can, or
It's hard to believe he won't leave the ace of clubs on this
Yeah.
auction.
Right.
Josh has a second career that some of you aren't probably aware of, which is he is a joke teller and a joke creator.
No
Some
way.
of them are very good and some are terrible. But he,
I don't believe
whenever
you,
I see him, whenever I
Mitch?
see him,
Now
working
we're
hard.
we're going way beyond. No way. I double.
You double that, okay. All right. My wallet's on the table. I read
It's probably thicker than mine is right now, so I don't know if I can cover that.
And so I must be clairvoyant, Josh, of the ace of clubs,
Yeah,
and
there
I
it
think
is.
it'll be over with very quickly.
Now Declare doesn't have to worry about dealing with the club suit at all, and just get to rough some hearts and make sure the spades are behaving. Well done on this auction. The other table is on the previous board, and they found their way to 5 clubs.
So they didn't get to slam.
Nope, they appeared to be on their way, to be honest, Mitch, and then they kind of just
Let's take a look at that auction for our viewers.
Yeah.
Let's do it, because this hand is kind of over, right? So
Because we're geniuses when we can see all 4 hands. So
exactly.
let's see.
We might as well take advantage of our genius here. So there it is. It was
All
just
right,
the one heart
that.
overcall, which gave North that kind of splinter possibility. And then 4 diamonds, 4
Key card,
spades,
probably, right?
just
All
fine.
right, I like the way Mike Camel bid his hand. He he splintered, and then over 4 diamonds, which is that key card or what is that? There's a little
Just puts the 4 diamonds there.
In fact, I'm going to just go back so we can see it again, just so we can spend a little time on it.
Mike Camel made a nice 3 heart bid. 4 diamonds was kickback,
Which is
then
key
he
card
showed
for those of you out there that are wondering.
And so now partner knows that so they must be playing well, that's interesting.
That couldn't be,
They
right?
showed 0 or 3, so it appears that
he showed 3 key cards with this.
no, it appears that they've had a screw up. That's what it appears to. If 4 diamonds was key card, then 4 spades could only show. If they're playing 15-30, it's 3, but he doesn't have 3. So basically, what happened here, I believe, is that South bid 4 diamonds, intending it as key card. North thought it was just asking for a Q bid.
No, it's weird because 4 spades he self alerts though, so he knew this was 0 or 3. He specifically.
Well, so they had an oopsie, much to the benefit of the other team. And now let's go to, while we're still at this table, let's see what happens.
Key card and diamonds for some reson, right? Maybe 4 clubs, key card and clubs for them, and 4 key cards, diamonds.
Well, key card and diamonds, though, that they still are only missing the diamond queen. So there's, we could ask them later what happened here, but usually I don't find that a fruitful conversation, even when I'm a teammate. So I don't do that. It's more important to be a good teammate than get the blow-by-blow description, unless someone has to get it off their chest.
100%.
Good call.
Let's see what at this other table. What's happening on the? Oh, they're not on the next board.
No, I got you though. You ready for this? They are on the next board. In fact, their auction is pretty funny. It's much more efficient. There's their auction. 1 spade, 3 no, which I guess would be some sort of 2-way splinter if they're playing it this way. In fact, let's find out. Mini splinter somewhere. So now East just bids 6 spades after that. So.
And I like the 6 spade bid here because this is really the kind of hand you could be off 2 club losers, and you don't want to give the opponents any information by cue-bidding diamonds or hearts. So and obviously you could have egg on your face, but I really like the way Owen bid this hand. By bidding 6 spades, the opponents, if there are 2 cashers, have to find them on the go, or they might go away. And as we can see, there's no damage can be done here now. So it's going to be a push.
Yeah, and actually,
even if you're off 2 aces, they might lead the wrong one and help you out.
Yeah,
it's true.
And here the action has pressed forward just a bit. Finn has opened a diamond on this hand as the West player, went past a heart, a spade, and now a support double, and we're back at the action live. North is probably trying to figure out
North has
what
got
their
a
spade raises are.
Well, North has probably got a 2 heart bid here,
which is a good spade raise, right? Or some sort of
2 clubs.
They probably play 2 clubs. Shows that.
Sure. Something here is. In fact, let's use our technology. We have it. There we go. Limit raise plus in spades. So it's convenient, right, at the 2 club level to know this.
It's not going to slow Ish down.
Yeah.
Maybe it will.
Now, in a good partnership, you'd have an agreement whether pass or 2 spades is a weaker or stronger bid. Or actually, it's not a Q bid. It was just a support double. So East bid 2 spades as a game try. Interesting. I guess that's right. You have 13 high cards, and your partner opened the bidding.
Finn doesn't love his hand, though, right? I mean, it's flat. Queen Jack 10 tight.
It's an ugly 13.
I think that Josh did not
spend
the 2 club bid here, right?
What's that? Yeah,
I think Josh So there's two club in, right? He drank the five clubs. I think they had another misunderstanding.
It's
Well, it
possible.
looks like Bill thought two clubs was a cubit for spades, and Josh thought that two clubs was
It's
natural.
close.
And
And Josh is actually just doing the thing that you do is put maximum pressure on your opponents. And it's,
and he's white on red. So
yeah,
if Jack two clubs was natural, then but what you know one of the interesting things is would he
Just
want
gonna
to
hit it.
defend four hearts, looking at two sure tricks.
I mean,
It's
I was just gonna say, but Bailey can't be that upset that it's clubs though either. He's like, okay, well, I mean, if he thinks a club fit is good, my hand's not too bad. Also, I mean, what
okay.
are they gonna
So
lose here? They're gonna lose
I
a
think
club or
Bailey
two.
and Don have just had an accident, and
It's
they're
not gonna be that costly though, right? Is four hearts
Well,
gonna make?
if they can,
no, four hearts goes down. There's four losers in hearts: a club, a
Yep.
trump, and two spade tricks. So four
Yeah,
hearts
because
would
they
go
can
down.
communicate for a rough pretty quickly, also, or more than a rough.
Anyway,
Many roughs.
surprised Finn didn't lead the trump here.
yeah, I agree with that, Corey. You're right. I would let a trump also, but in any case, they're just too high, and now it's just
Yeah.
going to be a question of how many tricks can Josh salvage.
I mean,
Bill
this is
Bailey is
still
a
going to be a
huge
nice close match.
Bill Bailey's a huge Golden State Warrior fan. I hope for his sake that he does better on this board than the Warriors did in the last week or so. Of
Yeah, it
course,
was sad.
Wait, wait.
Being a Clipper fan myself,
I
I
was
have
just going to
nothing
ask you
around.
what
No,
flag are you flying over there,
No,
Mitch?
I'm a
Clipper
Clipper
fan.
fan. It's a
So
disease being
isn't
a
the
Clipper
Clipper
fan.
fan like the LA version of a Met fan, I believe, or a
No,
Jets
the Mets
fan?
are better than the Clippers. The Mets have won.
The Jets are definitely not better than the Clippers. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. The Jets had Joe Namath. You're too young to remember
I
that,
know.
but
I saw the old videos.
and
ESPN Classic.
okay, rub it in.
In fact, by the way, let's try to get this event every year on the Ocho, which is ESPN has the August 8th is where they have all of the other sporting events. We would make a good addition to that. So if you're watching out there from
I think
Hartford,
we're probably
Connecticut,
going to get a Trump. We are going to get a Trump continuation here. We'll see. Finn is taking his time.
how old were you guys when you started playing bridge?
I learned when I was 13, but I didn't really start playing a lot until I was in college.
Corey?
I was like 22.
Nice. Yeah, so
Yeah, yeah, early 20s.
it's nice to have that fresh mind when you're learning bridge for the first time.
I only have one memory of playing bridge with one of my parents. I mean, I played a little bit with them, but I was playing with my mother in duplicate. I had about five master points, and it went a no trump, two clubs, two diamonds, and she passed. And I made two diamonds, and my 3-2 fit, and three no trump was going down. May my mother rest in peace. That's one of the things she's left me with in all.
Nice. I won a sectional open pairs with my dad, and that was like the highlight of our bridge careers together.
And did you have to clean your room afterwards?
No, I was like I was a champion for at least a couple days.
Nice.
Very nice.
What is happening in the Hammond match right now while we're sitting at this table?
I tell you what, I will be right with that. In fact, I
Yeah,
have
he's
a little
staging.
running scoreboard we can look at as well at some point. But the only this is the close match. Wow, Simpson Hammond is a 2 point spread right now. Simpson picked up 12 in the first several boards, so we can certainly jump back into that. Corey and I were watching that
I want
last
to,
set.
yeah, let's see what happens in this match. Josh is scrambling to take as many tricks as possible, and now sadness is about to take place because he's going to get the ace of clubs and the ace of spades, and then it's good night, Gracie. So he's going to end up down three for 500. Let's take a look at the Simpson match, shall we? If it's
In
they might
fact,
have played some of these same boards, and let's go over there.
I have it. Give me 2 seconds, and I will put it right up there. Let me
All
just
right.
bring it over here so I can get the right table. And in fact, we're gonna look at they're a little behind us, so we're gonna be looking at
Well,
the
there's
six
two.
spade hand. To be honest,
Yeah, and the six spade and the six club or six diamond hands. Two interesting hands.
so there we are. We're gonna pick up action right here and look at that score on the left, folks. 148 for Hammond, 150 for Simpson. And
Okay.
battle royale ensues here. Six spades is being played. Notice Joel's 2-0 was limit plus. Four clubs was shortness in diamonds. I think maybe specifically a void in diamonds. Extras plus a diamond void. Joel didn't love that, and then with the continuation, they found their six spades.
Right. I like the two. I like treating this hand as a two no trump limit raise. There's no description of this hand that fits perfectly, but to my way of thinking, that's probably the closest. That's what I would do. So it must be wrong.
And apparently, there was a slam swing on the previous board, which is why this got a little bit closer. In fact, at my other window here, I'll give you the deets on that.
Yeah, let's look at that.
In fact, how about we just take a look at the scorecard in this match and we can get a little update. So there it was. Five clubs was
So
played
look,
at
let's
one
look at the
table.
auction. Let's look at those two auctions because these are really interesting hands.
So let's look at the six club auction first. So it went at diamond, and now another player with just a one heart overcall. We saw two
Right.
hearts in other auctions.
John
Here
Shermer's a very solid bidder, and I would be surprised if he bid anything but one heart. Yeah.
right,
Okay. So
and now two clubs, three heart splinter. We saw similar stuff here. Key card, 4-0 trump. That looks like the right response, guys. Two, and now six
Yeah.
clubs with this hand. And
good. Now,
then
also, now, oh, wait, hold on one
go, no,
second
no,
here.
go.
And notice that Babu, which is the nickname for South,
South, thank you.
Babu, instead of the delicate two club bid, I prefer this. So I think you can always get the 3-0 trump. I made that point earlier. And while you usually will just end up in 3-0, here you might belong in five clubs or even five diamonds. So he got rewarded by bidding the old-fashioned way.
Well, and I believe the first auction we saw, it went a diamond, two
Three
hearts,
heart.
3-0,
Right.
right? So that was just
Right.
kind of a quick and dirty auction. And let's see the other table on this hand. There was their five club auction. One diamond past two clubs. Two spades now by Joel. Interesting. That's juicy. Three clubs, three spades by Granger. And now just more stuff to get to only five clubs, though. Four
So,
hearts.
all right, but let's stay here for a moment and
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
discussion. So South Cubid's four hearts, North Cubid's four spades, and South bid's 4-0. I'm wondering whether 4-0 trump there is a is forward going or whether it's Blackwood. I think a lot of people here would play 4-0 is like a last train kind of bid.
I think it is. I think that was
Gotcha.
just a last train saying, hey, I don't
And if
want to
it's the
sell
last
enough, but
train, then Doug, who's a very strong player, should have bid one more for the road.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a pretty good hand there.
Okay. All right. Well, I've made a lot of enemies in the last 15 minutes. It's good.
Nice. We keep the receipts right here, but don't worry. Eventually, if it's a Twitch stream, we don't. No one will know anything anymore.
Okay. Everything I'm saying is Corey told me to say.
I did.
Have you guys ever played together?
What's that?
Have you guys
No,
ever
we
played
haven't.
together?
No, we haven't.
No,
No, we haven't.
I don't know any of the history. I know I'm delighted to have you both on the broadcast. Thank you.
You know, Rob is like the hot to trot guy at a high school dance. He says this to everybody.
I saying this out of all the sessions we've done, you guys are the sixth.
The sixth?
Yes. The sixth session.
Well, okay. That's really wonderful.
All right. So looks like they had just kind of a garden variety game forcing auction here. We kind of saw a preview of this hand at the other table with a little bit more bidding by the opponents, but
No one spade overcall here where Josh made the one spade overcall because of the
right.
shape.
And then
Wanted
bid
to
five
get it
clubs.
because,
So
well, but that was just a misunderstanding.
yeah, for sure.
They found their spade fit. They could have played in two spades. Wouldn't have been a problem.
In fact, while we're watching the action here, I will keep tabs on that match as well. Because once we get down, I mean, the last two sessions of today, and if you guys are around later, I mean, I know, Corey, you've already done a double session, so, I mean, you've done more than enough work. But if you see something exciting, if you're watching, if you guys want to jump in and say hi, I'm going to send you links from now on, and,
All
carte
right.
blanche.
Maybe I'll take a break from the Sixers Knicks game and pop on.
This is really...
I'm certainly taking a break from the Clippers next game, I got to tell you.
Yeah.
So Bailey Robinson, 10-point spread in that now.
Now, one of the interesting things that could appear in this match that we're looking at now is Doug Dobb and Adam Wildowski play weak no trump. So you could just have swings based on positionally who ends up on the as declare, and the auctions just go a lot differently. So
Right. Like this one. Yeah.
Yep.
see, would David Granger have bid over a no trump? Answer probably with this hand.
Yeah, I think he would have.
I
If they
think
have double shows a longer minor, shorter major,
Yeah.
they would for sure.
Is North South playing strong club here? I wasn't listening to what you guys were saying, or is this
No.
just they play 14 to 16-ish type no trump, and it's just too good?
Yeah, they just play KS. They don't play strong club.
Okay. Oh, KS, no kidding. I grew up playing that system.
Yeah, we all did.
So the double here would just show that they have the strong.
But that was
not a
KS
support.
was right after EHOP.
Yeah,
Rob.
I came after EHA, but I was telling Dana Berkowitz my favorite system is the Phantom Club that I played with her in the Midnights. That's
What was it?
it's the Phantom Club system. I actually
Okay.
taught a beginner intermediate class that system because it's the perfect system to practice overcalls, because the whole premise is you pretend your right hand opponent opened a club and all your bids are based upon that.
Cool.
So it's two clubs natural?
Two clubs is Michael's.
Michaels.
Oh, okay. So two diamonds. You could have gone to the dark side and made two diamonds Michaels and two clubs natural.
True, but then you get kind of a weird strong clubby type system, but it's like 13 plus because your one
Well,
club bid is your takeout double.
Rob, when you write your first bridge book, you could call it Phantom Club Revised. You could put me down in the footnote.
Nice. Yeah, different versions. We call this the Dunnets.
I don't know what you would call it, but all right.
All right, so just kind of a normal two spade-ish contract here. Looks like,
And they're going to lose. We can see that they're going to lose a heart and two spades here going forward.
I mean, this is going to be down to the wire, gentlemen. It's just two imps right here. And
I can safely predict that the play is going to go very slowly here because Adam is a very careful, slow player. So we'll see.
Joel is also quite deliberate, but he seems like he's been lightning fast. This I don't know if it's just early on, but
Joel really breaks my heart because when he's so slow against me, and I'm always thinking he's going to do something stupid, and he never does. It's really so he takes the wind out of my sails.
Corey and I were talking about that with Jill in the first set. Also, he takes his time, but man, does that time pay off? Well spent. And don't forget, we can also check out the frequency results of all of our boards.
All
when
right, so
see
we
something
can
interesting.
see that East West will get a spade in the heart here, and
Yep.
school will be out.
In fact, the next board, well, the next board's going to be interesting. I think we might see. Mitch, were you with me yesterday for the third set? Was that where you and I were together, where the hands were just nutso, or
No, there
it
was no nutso when I was there. I was there for the. It must have been the
maybe the
fifth
last
set.
one, fourth set, or something like that?
Yeah, it was not. It was very calm what I saw. The best we could do is Sartaja's brilliant book.
That's right. That was the last session, also. Yeah. So there's a question in the YouTube chat. So this version of Bridge is actually being played in. Apologies. Let's get back to like a big table view here. This version of the event is played in a hotel room, basically, with you and one opponent. So basically, you have two tablets in a room. You're playing. You're just playing Bridge through your tablet. So it's not a cross table, but there is some table presence, as we say. And the funny thing, and I was telling Corey the same discussion we had. Jill was echoing the same things that you and Dana were talking about, the tablet experience. So it seems people like it for reasons that people didn't even think about before they existed. So
Yeah, tablets are great. It's a great improvement.
Here we go. A spade, three clubs, and you also have a 7-card heart suit to the left.
Well, this is going to push Adam to 3 spades, and Doug will have pretty easy 4-spade bid, in my opinion.
I can tell you that in the Robinson match, the West player is in 6 hearts doubled at the moment, opposite of 4-spade contract in the other room.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, someone had their Wheaties to get to 6 hearts double.
Is it that terrible of a sack as the cards turn out? I don't. King of Diamonds is on side. They might be able to shake.
You got to guess the diamonds, though.
Or you might be able to shake a diamond on a club. I'll keep you updated.
I wonder whether they freely get bid 6 hearts over 5 spades, or how do they get to 6 hearts?
No, it actually went a spade, 2 clubs by east, 3 hearts by south, which is obviously some sort of mixed raise. In fact, it's alerted as a mixed raise. And then it goes 4 hearts, 4 spades, 5 hearts with the east hand. Pass, 5 spades, pass, 6 hearts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think you're looking at 2 aces on defense against 5 spades and partner bid clubs.
Doesn't seem like you want to bid 6 hearts, right?
Doesn't seem all that appealing to me.
And welcome to David Devine on Twitch. What's up? You can YouTube or Twitch. You can find it anywhere. And thank you also H4H5. I have no idea how to pronounce that name, but thanks for the nice comments. And this is also, guys, just for your ranking system, this is the second most attractive stream we've had today as well. So.
Oh, good to know. So North is going to play a diamond to the king here with the honors. That's not going to be hard for him.
Well,
the 5-heart sacrifice is pretty good.
Yeah, I think North might actually play a spade to get a diamond through, but we'll see. No, you're not doing that.
All right, Krish, welcome.
Now, would Joel have been better off playing the second round of hearts to the ace and playing a club up?
There we go. Sorry, I'm just looking at a different spot here.
So he's going to have to lose a diamond as well here.
Right.
All right, everything looks like it's working well. All right, plus 620 in this room.
What's happening at the other table?
Let's take a
There could
peek.
be a swing
Actually,
here. They find the sacrifice.
they just played 2 spades.
2 spades.
Is it the same board we're talking about, or is this the board before? No, it's the
No,
same
it's a board
board.
before. That's a board before.
That's the
2
board.
spades.
Got it.
Yeah.
In fact, there we go. There's our hand. Let's see if they can duplicate the result.
Well, if it goes 1 spade, 2 clubs, West is going to come in with hearts, right?
Yeah.
And they have 10 points in a 6-card suit, singleton. The hand could be very valuable for other contracts. No reason to jack it up to 3 clubs in such a bad suit potentially.
I mean, 6 hearts only went down 1 in the other room, or the other
They
match.
said John's conservative. He'll definitely be 2 clubs. This auction might time out much better for them.
Jones and Lean went 6 hearts, doubled, down 1 for minus 100 for a massive win on this board, while they were opposite 620 in the other room. Robinson Bailey, 10-point spread now, still, but still some action. There it is, Corey. 2 clubs.
Yep.
Now we're gonna get to see a little heart exposure
Action.
by Hinsey.
You're now going to see some action.
Yeah, it's not an action flop, but it's an action bid.
He's just been empowered to bid. He's not passing.
Yep. So
Probably hear what a mixed raise of some sort.
If they play
two
mixed
spades.
raises, this is a mixed raise. If they don't, we'll bid 2
Two-note
spades.
trump.
Yeah, this
Two-note
is
trump to show 8 or more points in a 4-card spade race. That's what I like.
4-card limit.
4-card limit. They'll call it limit.
Yeah,
It's a little bitch, but
yeah.
I like to play 8 or more and then have 3 clubs ask what the range is. So you can always find out. But that way you know about the 4-card raise immediately, which is so valuable.
Yeah, for competitive aspects also, right?
Right.
If that's right off the chest. I don't know if some of these matches are going to go the whole 8 segments, gentlemen. Some of them are a little out of hand.
some of them won't. What you often see is that as a courtesy, everyone's played against each other so many times. If a match is out of hand, more often than not,
There'll be a dinner agreement.
the team will that's behind will resign, so the other team can be rested for their next match.
Yeah, that's a good gentleman agreement in this sport. I mean, I've heard the dinner agreement also. Hey, you know what? Why don't we just go to dinner, talk some bridge, and just forget about these next 2? Next one set, whatever. There we go. We get to our 4-heart contract. Clearly, we're going to get to 4 spades. But
Right.
I guess either player could decide to pursue 5 hearts, I suppose, right? But
I don't think
Hinsey's more
Hinsey's
likely.
for 4 spades.
You don't think? Yeah, there you go. I was going to say Hinsey's more
No,
likely to
not
bid
when
5 hearts.
he's got a heart rate.
Now that his partner bid 4 hearts, right? Yeah, yeah.
He's not set for that. They might set for 5 spades, but they're not set for 4.
Sure.
I predict the final contract will be 5 spades. Let's
Yeah.
see.
And that's where we got to at the lean table, but and then they
Yeah.
even popped off to 6, which ends up being not a good decision on this hand. Although
No, you're going to be 5 spades is a perfect contract for them.
I was just going to say that's
Honestly,
not because they can't get a club trick, right?
Well, he can always duck the diamond twice. And his partner will score the club later. They're going to get a club. Oh, no. Yeah, they'll get a club. Heart, a club, and a diamond.
You can't imagine again that it's so weird to think you want to bid with 2 aces in your hand and partner overcalling at the 2 level.
He might hit it. He might double.
Yeah.
They bid too much, hit it. He's got two tricks. Well, maybe. Oof. Wow.
No, and you bring up a good point in the chat as well. Um, Honestly, a lot of players. There we are, six hearts, guys. Sorry, uh, but a lot of players just want to play all the sets because they love playing bridge, and they especially love playing bridge against the best players in the world. And this is the event to do it in. So I totally get that, and I think that if that's the and honestly, I know for a fact that my buddies that I know that play in these events a lot would kind of respect that. It's just of course you want to play against these best
No,
players.
you never have a problem if someone says they want to play. You're
Exactly.
hoping to resign, but you're going to be a gentleman about this.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's a thrill for people, and that's what makes this event so great. You can sign up and play this event. Yeah, it's just
Well,
terrific.
and taking a step back, think of it this way. In bridge, unlike almost any other competition, you can play against the best player. You can pay an entry and play against the best players in the world. And I can't step in the batter's box and face Jacob DeGrom, even if he's healthy, and but or any other competitive sport. It's I can't play against Michael Jordan. It would be ugly anyway. But the point is, in bridge, I remember when I was a teenager, I played a match against Garazzo and Belladonna, and I remember thinking,
What a
I
thrill!
can't believe I'm sitting at the table against these
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, exactly.
And of course, I wasn't because I was so over the moon that I was hopeless. But in any case,
My
bridge
dad
is
played
pretty
against
unique.
Oh,
Omar
nice.
Sharif. That was like the highlight of his bridge career was getting to play against Omar Sharif in like
Yeah.
a normal in like some sort of regional somewhere or something. But you were talking about the Bob Hammond, the stories. I would love to get some of those down in an interview format. Also, just kind of have a few hours to sit down and just talk about just random stuff with him. What was it like
Bob
back in the
has
day?
so many amazing stories, especially from the early days.
Yeah, 6 decades worth of stories.
There's one story where they're playing in Northern California against a guy that they don't really respect as a player called the Tree. And the reason why they called him the Tree is because they thought he was dumber than a tree. In any case, they're playing this match, and at the halfway point, they're losing by 30 imps to the Tree. And now, at least one, if not more, of Bob's teammates refused to play in the second half of the match because they couldn't bear the indignity of losing to the Tree. They were going to let their teammates.
There's
Yeah, he has lots of great stories.
going to be a book coming out about him, an autobiography, at some point soon.
Yes, right. Well, hopefully. I've been involved in that. It's been a slow process because
Is
Bob
it?
wants, for 12 months, Bob has wanted to add one additional chapter, but he assures me that we're about done. So we'll see. Um, he's amazing. I mean, he's entertaining, he's amazing, he's fun, and everyone loves Bob.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Have they come to a title yet for the book? I heard a rumor about a title, but
The tentative
It's
title is "I'm Bad,
it's
You're Worse."
amazing. Yeah.
that's
Sorry, I didn't mean to
pretty
step
good.
on that. I was just laughing at it because I remembered what it was. I'm bad, you're worse. It's fantastic. Yeah, I have. I mean, it'll take a few more years to have any of those stories, but like some of these stories from the young juniors also that I had spent some time with are pretty amazing. I mean, when you're a young person and you're at maybe one of the best in the world at what you're doing and you're earning a reasonable living, that does create some danger, but some interesting stories also.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's
Traveling.
totally all right. Well, it
Down
looks
one,
like
right?
we're going to be only down one at this table.
Yep. Which was which was what happened the
Down two.
last time we
I think
saw this result.
they were down two at the other table, I believe.
No, the only other table I saw play this particular contract was only down one.
Oh,
It
all
was
right.
at. In fact, I tell you what, I'm gonna get a little.
Tough to beat it more, right? You'd have to underlead your spade to get over there.
In fact, I'll give you kind of a little rundown of the results here. Three pairs played five hearts making on this hand. One was in four hearts making one plus, and the rest were in four or five spades. Five spades went down twice.
What is happening in the other match now that we were looking at before?
There's been a little bit of a pull away in the other match. We're watching Hammond and Simpson right now. Robinson Bailey. Bailey is now up 22.
Wow.
So they've gained, and we've probably seen many of the boards. They're on board 23 now, so they're a little ahead of our match. But there were two pretty good sized gains. 6 hearts down 1 and 4 spades making on this board was one of their big swings. 11
Big
points.
pickup.
11 points to the Bailey team on that one. So
One of the things that we've talked about in some of these sessions is, by and large, we've got really great players, but sometimes you have two great players who don't really have a partnership sitting down, and that
figuring it
creates swings.
Yep.
Yes.
But here we have Hammond's now up 21 in this match.
In fact, let's see what's actually we're probably at a good spot here, but let's maybe see what's going on at the other table here. Ooh, we're playing 2 spades doubled at the other table. Interesting.
Let's take a look at this one.
1 no trump by the South. Weak. Double is penalty in nature. Can't blame him for that one with that hand. 2 spades natural. Check, check, double.
Take out, right? Doubles
Yep.
take out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he said, "Well, I don't really know what you want me to bid here." So
How are they going to do? Get 3 spades,
yeah,
heart for 4.
a club for 5, and
They have to get another heart.
maybe 2 hearts, right? Can they? How many can they shake on the diamond? Just one?
Uh, they can shake one and lead hearts up twice, so they would have to lose 3 spades, a heart, and it looks like they're going to lose. It looks like they're going to go down 1, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems.
What a huge card the 10 of spades is.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, and East has no entry to get the rough with the jack of spades or anything. Give him a problem.
It's weird. It's what's Adam gonna do from this spot?
Well, Adam's going to. I know what he's going to do. He's going to.
Ace
Cash
of
a
diamonds in.
diamond.
He's going
Catch
to
a
ask
club,
Doug
play a
what,
heart.
what card he wants to play.
Yeah. Oh, so
Well, he needs a-
I
he
wrong
needs a
sided
heart
it
out.
on the
He
Doug's
might not be
playing
able
it.
to. He might not be able to play those hearts twice now, right?
Yeah.
Right.
He can't lead it up twice.
And now it's just kind of he's gonna try to get a rough. So hope they don't lead Trump. But you're right. That the 10 of spades is so amazing for East. You can't necessarily get this wrong.
Ace of spades is gone next. It's going to go win. Ace of spades, jack of spades.
Yeah.
He knows that South is a doubleton. His partner passed it. He must have 3.
Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, thank you for having the 10 of spades." And now we're just scooping 3 tricks and drawing Trump. And then I'll just toss him back in the dummy for a little ace 10 of heart shebang at the end, right?
Yeah, you can play
Yeah,
jack of clubs over diamond.
right.
Doesn't matter.
They're going to get 5 more tricks.
Mm-hmm.
So
As we
let it
say,
down to.
very simple. Very, very simple. When
You got to compliment David Granger on his pass of 2 spades. It wasn't clear because he only had 3 spades.
Yeah. He did really well.
yeah, very cool.
He did very well. I could just picture the dynamics if Z was playing with someone and the decision was wrong. I'm sure Z would have a few choice words.
All right, so we are just about halfway through now. And again, if you're watching live, we're on probably like a 30-minute delay. Right? We don't want anyone to be able to hear anything about the hands they're about to play if they were to leave the play site. So just for safety's sake, we're on that amount of a delay. And I can tell you what they're serving for lunch here, gentlemen. Hot dogs and sausages, apparently.
Wow.
Famous.
Okay.
So, for those of you that are into dieting, this might not be the greatest place to have lunch today. There's 500 in the books.
What did they play at the other table? Or has it not been played yet?
I believe they are finishing it up right now, and they're playing three diamonds, it looks like. Is that same board, right? 22?
Yes.
No, sorry, that's board
That's
22. They're not. They haven't even played it yet. It looks like. Which is weird. I'm always amazed when Joel's table is ahead. Well, look at this, two diamonds with this hint. I guess that's
I don't mind it.
kind of
I
becoming
mean,
more normal, except usually with a singleton rather than 5-4-2-2. But
you want a diamond lead, and you don't.
it's low
I
risk,
think
non-vulnerable.
I like it.
So two hearts, probably gonna get checked down. Also, there we go. Granger's not going anywhere. Thank you. Let's play two hearts.
So it looks like we have lots of losers and two hearts.
Mm.
Three hearts, two
They're going to
spades,
lose.
a
They're
heart
going to
rough,
lose
spade
four
rough.
hearts, two spades, and a diamond. 7 tricks down to.
Yeah.
We should play a game next time. Who can decide the final result first?
Actually, the diamond. If they play 3 rounds of spades, if they play 3 rounds of spades, giving partner a rough, then the diamond loser will go away on the spades. You would cash the ace of hearts, play a club to the
Right.
board, play a spade, pitching a diamond.
Down one.
So it looks like down one.
So I'm gonna just keep an eye on the other table there for that next board, because this is certainly going to be a swing some way, you would expect, right? It's hard to think they're going to duplicate two spades doubled.
Yeah.
And this is still this, and obviously the other
This
match we
and
were looking
obviously
at,
the
Bailey.
the
Other
this
match we
and
were looking. Definitely don't want to have that. Are the closest matches.
Yeah, all the other matches are at least 80 points apart. Or
Mm.
just or goose is only 40.
What's the most you guys have ever come back after being down at a half or at a certain segment? Any big comebacks on the books?
The most I've ever come back from is about 50. But actually, there's a section in the Hammond book where I asked him this question: "What's the most you ever came back from?" And what was interesting about that was it was a match against George Jacobs and the Italians, and I actually talked to most of the participants in that match. And George Jacobs made the most striking comment, which was the result that match to this day, 20 some odd years later, haunts him. And Ralph Katz, I mean,
It's
I talked to
understandable.
a lot of the guys about that. And Jeff Mextra told me that he had a larger comeback once than that. That was like 70 something, and he had a larger one. So, the thing is, in one of the questions I asked Bob when we were talking about this um, what's your approach? And he says, you got to really pick your spots. You can't be crazy. You just got to pick your spots. And there was an example in that comeback match where Bob was dealt the ace king of a suit, and instead of leading the ace from ace king, he led a different suit. And now the declare couldn't play him for the ace king because he didn't lead at trick one, and that was like a small swing in this, but that was an example of the way one should try and engineer a large comeback.
And there is their result as you predicted. Two hearts down one. The other room is efforting the previous board, and where North South was getting minus 500 on the other board, East West is now going to play 3-no trump on that hand. You want to sweat that action, gentlemen?
Yeah, let's
The
check it
other
out.
table, we're going backwards a board here. As you can see, this is that result on the left where Joel and his partner defended two spades doubled for 500.
So low heart's a good start for them. 3-0,
Yeah.
right? Stay at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have a few entries though, right? To lead those diamonds up.
It's going
You
to
would
be
have done better to
interesting.
play the jack of hearts at trick one.
What's that, Corey?
He would have done better to play the jack of hearts at trick one so he could start the diamonds. He's gonna have to lead some diamonds up.
Right. Is he going to just put the king of clubs on the table here?
Most likely. Might play a diamond. He'll probably play a club.
Well, the play of the heart suit suggests that the heart honors are in the north hand, and if that's true, all the other cards are going to be in the south hand. So, I
That
think
makes sense.
I think if that's the case, then you should be playing clubs and diamonds out of your hand. What you're going to be hoping for is catching a singleton 9 or 8 in the north hand. But what we're going to see instead is no, we're going to see that the whole hand will be blueprinted for Greg Hensey now.
Yeah. And once he shows out, he's like, okay, well, that's how we're going to play that diamond suit. He's not really in any sort of dangerous position.
He's pretty fortunate that the spades and the hearts would all get locked out.
Yeah.
He's only got one entry to the dummy to play diamonds again because the king of clubs will get ducked. So
Exactly.
obviously spades is an empty and it is an entry.
Gets him to 8.
It seems right generally in these situations to duck a heart return, but I think he's
Could
got
he
a pretty good.
eventually? Could he eventually just end play south also for an extra club trick at some point?
He can.
Uh,
He can as the cards lie.
If he leads a diamond through at some
I
point.
think that's probably coming.
Yeah, it seems like that's where this road might lead to, just with the knowledge of exactly what you said. Also, Mitch, like he knows the cards are in the south player's hand.
So Greg is going to chalk up 3-0 in this hand, in my opinion. We'll see what happens, but
And that means they have definitely done slightly better than the East-West pair in the other room who defended for 500.
3
So
amp difference.
yeah, it's be a
Right.
few imps. Yeah. I mean, it just whatever. It's got to be really nice to go back to the other table and have Bob Hammond be there. It's a pretty cool day, no matter who you are.
well, I think you know what's happening with the South hand right now. He's in the tank. He's thinking, I'd really like a bathroom break because I do not want to leave a card.
Can a robot take over for me for this round, please?
Well,
Thank
he's
you.
going to lead a heart, but you know,
Yeah. But he can see this coming also. Like he knows that this is bad luck for him.
Yeah.
His exits are disappearing very quickly. He knows spades is. I mean,
I think Greg should go up, but even if he doesn't go up, I think he's going to be okay. We'll see.
if he doesn't, South's gonna have to shake a card next. If well, sorry, Eddie's not gonna lead a heart. Excuse me.
Well, he didn't underlead king, queen, third. So,
Right, he didn't lead it exactly, so
Yeah.
that's why Greg should go up here.
right.
Again, we're geniuses. We get to see all 4 cards. So.
But that's a very good point. You kind of know that this is South's last heart because of the lead. Corey, I saw. Were you on a cruise recently, or are you going on a cruise soon? What
My
or
last
both?
cruise,
I think you've been doing a
both.
lot of travel.
Yeah, my last cruise was Japan.
That
That was
sounds amazing.
and that was September, and I'm going on a cruise on Sunday, and then I'm doing a bridge cruise in July
Oh,
from
nice.
back to Boston and on to New York.
Super cool.
Yeah, fun stuff.
They can find you at where?
Zenbridge.pro is the website.
Zenbridge.pro.
Zenbridge.pro. Yep, that's on Silver Seas. So I work with Play Bridge at Sea for my cruises.
Got it. Got it.
This might be a long tank.
Yeah.
It already has been a long tank.
It might not be done.
Yeah.
That's the one thing they give a fair amount of time for this for sure, which they should. And also, there's a little more efficiency with the tablets. You're not sorting a hand every time. You're not doing anything like that.
I last year I played in this, and they were very strict on time, and people were punished. So
But they
uh,
should be right when you give 2 hours for 15 boards. That seems like a reasonable amount of time, right? To
no,
get
actually, they do it differently. What they do is they time how much each pair play.
because they can do that with the
They
tablets. Yeah,
Yeah, they can, and then on your tablet it says you have 68 seconds to play your last board. I mean, it's kind of harsh,
yeah.
right?
Kind of nice though in some ways because if you have a really slow pair and a fast pair, the fast pair isn't punished at the end for time running out and having to play quickly.
Sure,
No,
sure.
Corey, you're right. There's equity there, but
Yeah.
again, I just think, I mean, I see both sides of it. I mean, listen, when I play against Mark Feldman, who's a friend of mine, I'm grinding my teeth because it's so slow.
Wait,
And
wait. No,
there's,
I know Mark Feldman's nickname. This is amazing. Flash.
yeah,
Flash is Mark Feldman. We had a discussion at some other broadcast, and someone was talking about Flash, and it was just a great because I'm friends with Jason, his son, so it's hilarious.
well, yeah, and
Flash.
here we go. He went up with the ace. Okay, so
Yeah.
he
So as you guys sussed out,
Here comes the club.
yeah. No diamond.
And he didn't win it.
Okay, so someone's saying in the chat that there are some players, especially that players that have physical issues that may have caused some of the time penalties and time problems last year as well.
that's true. And Jan Martell does a great job of trying to accommodate everyone, but the problem is simply you need advance notice so that if someone asks for special time, I think the USBF board looks at that and tries to be generous, but the one of the issues that happened there was they were not notified far enough in advance about someone's particular problem. Without getting into the details, I just have to say this. Uh, I found working for and with Jan Martell to be an absolute pleasure, and there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be very sad when she retires, which is probably too soon.
I've enjoyed my time. I just met Jan probably in Morocco when I NPC'd USA One, so that was my first time meeting her. But I love talking bridge, gentlemen. If you know anything about me, so this is always fun anyway. But it's nice to be able to do it for the USBF. And thank you guys for volunteering your very precious time.
Thanks for having us.
So is he just gonna play?
The only way he can make that, he's got to play 2 rounds of spades. Well, this is very interesting. He plays the 2 rounds of spades ending in his hand and exits a diamond, he'll make the hand.
That's his only line now, though. Correct? That's his only line.
So he knows his right hand opponent started with 5 diamonds and two
There it is.
hearts.
He's got it. I think he's gonna play jack of spades to the king, spade to the ace, and diamond.
Also, I
Nice.
think Eddie helped him out a little bit in terms of the way he pitched his spades.
So yeah, but this is very cool here, folks. If you're watching this, he's gonna leave a spade back to his hand, and then he's gonna on the diamond pitch away this heart, and now South is
Well
gonna
done
have to
by
just
Greg.
lead
Greg
towards
Hensey,
his
well
hand.
done by Greg. He read the position,
Yeah,
and he's going to be rewarded with 3 imps for his side against the 500 at the other table.
and he can't see all 52 cards. He's playing against two really fine players, and he's
And now,
pretty
He was
awesome
making
here.
it
if
with the
Eddie
queen of
could
spades was
handle,
offside.
if Eddie could hand a Babu a heart under the table, we could. So
It's funny. Did you say Corey has two chances? He can make a. He can just pitch a spade
No,
or a club here.
even if the queen of spades is at the long hand
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just wait.
again, this is not as remarkable as one would expect because South opened the bidding, and North shown up with a king queen of hearts. But still, again, we've seen all 4 hands. It certainly is a lot easier for us.
And echoing your thoughts in the chat, Gronzig, who I'm not sure, I think I probably know you, but I'm not sure with your name. He 100% echoes what you say about the USBF crew as a whole, and we will pass on all of those. Fine, I'm sure Jan's watching somewhere, so if you are,
I doubt it. It's the time of day where she'd be riding a horse somewhere. So, I guess if she's in Chicago, she's
yeah,
not.
where's the horse stable in Stromberg next to the Hyatt?
Right.
All right, so this looks like it's a garden variety auction so far. Club of Heart. What do you do with the West End? You have values. Don't necessarily have.
One of the common treatments that is popular in Europe, it's getting our way. It's something I do in some of my partnerships. Is we play a negative double shows 4 or 5 spades here, and one spade is like a negative double with fewer than 4 spades, which would that wins on some
That's
hands and
interesting.
others. But here, a one spade bid denying 4 spades would basically
Would at least give you an
show some.
opportunity to show values. So two clubs is kind of
Yeah,
like okay, I'll
yeah,
take
you
some
show some.
opportunity to show values.
Yeah, it would show some values, and of course, it may not solve all problems, but it would certainly
You
show.
lose out on that little like 4 or 5 spade understanding, but you gain a lot for hands like this, exactly like this that just
And the
don't
You know,
beauty
need
to
of
try to
that,
catch up
the
later.
beauty, the beauty of that is that I really like it a lot. A lot of people like it a lot, and Jeff Hampson, who I respect as much as anybody in the bridge world, really does not like it,
it.
and that's the beauty of the game is that obviously reasonable people can differ, and whenever you look at the Master Solvers Club in the Bridge World magazine,
Yeah.
which is one of the best ways to improve your bidding, you get to see what people's points of view and when they're different, and that's bridges. There's just no correct answer so much of the time, and that's beautiful.
Corey, you were going to say something there too, but well, that you bring up a good point about the bridge world. That's I think Kevin Bathurst. He said, I asked him, what's the best way to get better, and he said, you could play a lot, which I was already doing, and they said just pick up a bunch of bridge worlds and read everything. It's great.
So one of the fine young players, in the game is Olivia Shearison, who's on a team in this event. But anyway, Olivia is taking a gap year before going to college, and I sent her 60 years of Bridge Worlds by the U.S. mail. I have no idea how much it cost me in postage, but it was not an insignificant amount of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of bridge worlds.
But when you're young and you're bright and you have the passion, you can soak through. You soak the stuff up like a sponge.
Yeah.
And I said to her, reading the Master Solvers Club is the single best thing.
Yeah, and exactly. She's playing in this event. She
Yeah.
she was in the top, I think, 10 or 12 in the Butlers, Mitch, with two different partners as of yesterday. So she had a good day
Um,
yesterday.
I I was in Iceland for a tournament in January, and she was there, and her team almost won.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. Good for her.
yeah.
Also, Aaron Silverstein's daughter is gonna probably be a pretty good bridge player as well. She's got a lot of bridge under her belt already. She's also very young. And then the kid here, the 14-year-old playing as well.
Well, if you start out young and you've got the passion, and you can, it just helps so much.
Totally.
I remember Finn as a 13-year-old, and he's as good as anybody right now, or close to it, right?
Yes, for sure. Yeah. So Al Hollander is our statistician in the chat. Olivia born in 2005, and then the other kid puts her to shame, born in 2010. So you have just the bridge is alive and well in the U.S. Especially, I'd love that everyone's just in the open trials as well. Not that they can't
Oh,
play the other trials, but
I'd say it's more on life support, but it's a nice thought that it's.
well, at least at the top levels, there's some very good younger in the contingent. So not as many as maybe there used to be, but I mean, Mitch, you're helping with that, especially with everything you're doing for the college kids.
Well, there's a lot of people who are doing a lot of great things on that front, and all it takes is mentoring someone in your local club, going to a high school or a college. I mean, there's so many of us who just want the game to continue.
Yep.
Well, it looks like the defense is going to get one more trick here. Let's see. No, actually, not. Yeah, one more trick is all they're going to get, the high trump.
Yep. King of clubs, and that will be down one, which is a little bit of a swing, right? That's going to be 50-50.
So, what's happening in the Bailey match now? Where is that match?
I will tell you right now. Bailey is now. Wow, it is super close, guys. It's within two now.
So let's go over that match for a
I
little
think we
bit.
might have it right
Good
here.
idea.
To be fair, there it is. Boom. Let's refresh though. I don't think that score is live. This maybe just was a dead window for a while. There it is, guys.
There we go.
Boom. Ooh, this is gonna be a swing. Six clubs was played in the other room for 1370, and these guys are playing three no trump. So Bailey's gonna gain on this one quite significantly. It looks like.
Let's see what the cards were and look at the auctions at the two tables. Can we do that?
I think I tell you what. Why don't we hop on the scorecard and look at the other table first,
All right, good idea.
and then we'll back into the other one. So a club by East, and then just that inverted raise. Two hearts, three spades. Guessing is a splinter there. Three no trump is that an offer probably, or looks like it might
Up
might
two
have been.
clubs, two hearts, something. Three spades is a splinter.
Yep.
Three
Green
no
is
is
the offer.
three no is
Offerish.
a big
The
card.
offer. Four
And
spades to the void.
six clubs.
Yeah.
Now,
Four space six clubs.
it's interesting. One of the things that's interesting to me about this is that Aaron Jones never been diamonds.
Yeah.
I mean, I might, and your chances are good. You might get a spade preempt at some point when you're looking at a void, and partner can have his most four spades. But if you bid diamonds first, then you're going to describe your hand a little bit better. On the other
Well,
hand,
you may not have described, your fit
on the other
possibilities before that expected spade bid, though, as you're talking about. That's
on
the
the
rough.
other, yeah. So it's interesting. Um, but they got to the right spot, and there's not much to say. So let's look at the other
And
one.
this was the start of the auction at the other table as well. And there it is.
Let's see.
Or they completed the board, so we can see their final result now. There it is. So it was a club, two clubs, three no. No further explanation necessary, apparently.
Maybe they're
Um,
not playing two no trump is forcing. No, But
Two
expect
no's probably not forcing.
Yeah,
right.
and that's just the way they ripped it through.
Now
It's
I'm
hard
not
for
really
Finn.
I'm not really crazy about passing three no trump with this other hand. I have a lot more empathy for it at imps. I'm sorry, at pairs, but here, um, I would, I would be. I mean, I might be right, but I'd be a little nervous.
All right, so let's get back to the action at this table because it is. I mean, it was much closer than it just was, but it's still pretty darn close. 11 imps, and still a few boards left here. Is this the table we want, or do we want young Kolesnik here? I like this table a little bit.
Okay, let's stick here. And Ish is so talented,
Yeah.
and really is just a superb card player. It's fun to watch him in action. So maybe we'll see something
And
good from.
this pair was part of that winning Vanderbilt team, right? Was it the Vanderbilt or the Spin Gold? I can't remember, but they.
A Soloway it was.
Oh, maybe. Oh,
So
that's right. The solid. Wow, that what a grind. That's almost like this event, basically. Except 2 day matches. It's a full day match for what? How long did that last for? Is it 8 days usually? It ends on the. Ace of Spades. Straightforward. The other table is sold out for 2 spades, so they're playing 2 spades in the east at the moment, while this table sweats out 3 clubs. Looks like
So two spades is going down, and now let's see what happens in three clubs.
clubs is interesting. 2 spades, a heart, and a diamond. You can probably shake a diamond on a heart,
Diamond, the heart,
maybe rough a diamond,
spade,
possibly.
two club picks. Diamond, heart, spade. No, two spades is making. You're going to lose two clubs. A heart is three, a spade is four, and a diamond is five. So two spades would have made.
Comes good club switch. Just doesn't know Josh has the queen of spades also. So what's your pleasure here? You win this in your hand and lead a heart and go
That
that
seems
route?
that seems like the way to go.
Yeah, so I didn't know Ish is started in New Zealand, eh? He's not Australian. I thought he was Australian. So Ish started in New Zealand, spent time in Australia, and now yeah, he lives on this side of the pond.
He's in Baton Rouge now, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he lives in that area.
Corey, where are you from originally?
Philadelphia originally.
Got it. Yeah, you lived there sometime recently too. Like you were back in Philly for a while.
During the pandemic, I was back there for about 6 months or
Right.
so.
Met your wife there, or
Uh, we're there. I
yeah,
did.
nice.
I did. Yep. But back happily back in Florida now. Love it down here.
You and me both. I hate winter so much. Just I can't deal with it.
I'm with you.
All right. And now he'll play a diamond towards his hand.
Actually, he can. He wants to score all his puppy hearts too, though. He wants to elope those small trumps.
This is going to work out nicely. Yeah, it goes split, club to the queen, diamond over. Or even better. Sorry. And he knows he can safely rough hearts. All right.
Okay, well,
9 tricks. And the other
Yep.
table's still in the effort of playing 2 spades.
well done, Josh. Done.
Yeah.
220, another six, right?
And that's I mean this might be this and the other match are going to be the two to watch for the rest of the day, I think, gentlemen, unless we have some real big comebacks in one of those other players.
You know, one thing I just want to point out, Josh is playing both with Bill Bailey and RT Baragava in this match, and switching partnerships in the middle back and forth is really a Herculean effort. So good for Josh.
Yeah.
Two strong partners he's playing with, but still, it's a lot of work because they do play different cards.
Yeah. Josh is the guy that can do it for sure.
Probably doesn't leave him much time between sessions to tell jokes.
See, exactly, Mitch. He's too one-dimensional bridge-wise. He can't be a good joke teller too. I refuse to believe it.
Trust me, he gets a twinkle in his eye and he tells you a joke. Some of them are funny and some of them are just sick beyond belief.
Well, his demeanor makes him funny in general when he is telling a joke because
Yeah, you're right. I agree.
he's naturally funny in that way.
He's a good man.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks like silence throughout as East West find their way to play what is the question. Will they play 3-0? If they do, that's not going to go too well for them, is it? Clubs aren't doing well. A spade lead is just a nuclear bomb into this hand.
Bill would have to lead a spade, but it's a pretty attractive lead if they get there.
They may avoid it with this auction too, with West having no spade stopper.
Yeah, and thanks. If you guys, I hate to actually even say this, but if you guys are really into resulting, we are on a little bit of a delay. If you want to see the actual live results, if you can't wait, USBF.org for all that stuff, guys. We don't
I
want to
really
ruin
like,
the stuff.
Thank you. I really like Finn's bid here. Now he could have bid three diamonds or three hearts to pinpoint where his values are, but three diamonds also has the advantage of providing maximum room for partner to see what they does. And now, when Ish bids three hearts over three diamonds, I think Finn should steer clear of three no trump. If he bids three spades, one could argue that's a punt, saying, I don't have a spade card and I'm warning you. That would be work in some partnerships, or he might just bid four clubs. So, or four hearts.
He might
He's,
bid four hearts. Yeah.
yeah, I kind of like four hearts because his partner's hand's unlimited, and he's got excellent support. And again, playing imps, if we got to if three knows the right spot and we get to five of a minor, it's hardly hardly a tragedy. So I actually do like four hearts here.
This is kind of the I smell a rat part of the exploration of 3 no trump, right? They're both trying to figure out if it's okay, and they both are going to probably realize that it's not.
Besides
Well,
the three spades, we'll probably hear three diamonds next, right?
well,
Diamonds.
but bear in mind, East hand is unlimited. Okay,
Yeah.
so so West bid three spades, which I'm sure is intended as a punt, saying if you want to bid three no trump, go ahead. But if I had good spades, I could just bid three no myself.
It's just likely to pattern here.
You'll notice the score change. Bailey's up 17 now. There was that nice swing there. Two spades making two and three clubs making. And what's going to be the decision for Ish?
By the way, five clubs is no picnic. You got the diamond suit is foul, clubs are 4-1, and there's a heart loser. Five clubs is not going to make. So whether they get to three no trump or five clubs, I don't think they're going to go plus. What happened at the other table, incidentally?
They're actually in the process right now. There was the game force, one diamond. It didn't open a no trump, but one diamond, two clubs, two diamonds as a rebid, two hearts, three clubs, three diamonds, three hearts at the moment.
Okay, they might get to five diamonds, which has play, but if you don't double hook the diamonds, you're going to go down.
Is this a time where Finn would offer hearts, though? Is still a possibility for them? Or would
I don't
four
know
hearts
what
be
their
something
agreements
else?
are here.
Yeah, this is a weird spot
He didn't bid
I
three
don't
hearts and
because
I
you're
don't
talking
think
about kickback and weird spots also. Four no
partners
is
unlimited.
I don't think four hearts is an option. Is an offer to play here. If you raise three hearts to four hearts, you could make that case.
got it. So
But
this would be a very super dangerous choice if you wanted it to try to be something else.
now they're on thin ice. We'll see what happens. Because if 4-0 is some kind of key card, Ish has got controls, but there's a few holes. This is a really difficult. This would be a very difficult hand in any partnership. In
In
fact,
fact, this might be a good time to look at the
let's
frequency on this hand
yeah, let's just
because
look at this. Let's look
What's
at this
the
board over all the
let's see where they end up
what's the
destination
no
wise.
Trump range?
It was
What's the
14 to
no Trump?
16, I believe, and I think I looked at that. Yeah, 14 to 16. So he opened a shade light, but yeah, that's a pretty reasonable upgrade, don't you think?
No, it is, but
It's
I
a
just want to
best
make sure it
13,
was that.
right? So you're getting a good range of Finn's hand. You mean?
Right, so it's a lower range, so it's getting you to push your. Yeah.
Yeah. And we we have confirmed that in auctions like this, when you have a lot of bidding, and they're already at the six diamond contract at the other table, the bids just start going off the table.
I know that um,
So
it's
the
a,
other
again, it's
table,
not easy for us looking at all four hands.
the other table is in fact in six diamonds, and I'm gonna get us a frequency of board 28 here. Oh my goodness, all over the place. Two players and five diamonds, three no trump, six diamonds, three spades doubled, six clubs, no one making. No one has made this hand yet. They're all in just unmakeable spots.
Well, it's almost cold. I mean, first of all, you run the 10 of clubs through the jack nine fourth, picking up the stiff eight. Then,
and
and
then,
then,
and then
then
ace of
later,
clubs, club to the
later,
seven.
la- later on, you run the diamonds through the guy, and then and then North retires and says, "I feel like I've been at the proctologist."
Oh wait, whoa, guys! Four diamonds was construed to be key card for Finn here. Do you see this? Thank you so much,
Uh, but he thought so, but
Argronzi.
clearly he did because Ish bid five spades over four diamonds.
Right. So this is one of these like just misunderstandings as far as they're concerned, and he thinks
Yeah. And this is a seasoned partnership. So,
sure.
this just goes to show that even in the most seasoned partnerships, mistakes get made.
So I mean that it's amazing. No one has made anything on this.
No, and no one's putting the cube on the table either. Although North with Jack nine fourth of clubs and King Jack third of diamonds, I mean, you're not going to double, but still, they're pretty happy looking at their hand.
So here, yeah, the three spade bit also alerted as I don't know what the heck that is, but like we said, maybe punting.
No agreement, right? Just
So
a
this is
waiting bid.
good. Thank you so much.
So, has anyone gone plus east west with these cards at all the tables you looked at?
Yes, somebody did because there was a person or a pair playing spades on this with the north south cards. But one thing, there's Finn and Ish play four no trump is never key card in a minor. So other bids could be, but four no trump is never key card for them in a minor. That's their agreement, which seems kind of normal at this level,
Yeah, I
right?
like this agreement a lot, actually.
Could be that four of either minor would be natural and key card ask. Okay, yeah. All right, so it looks like they're ending in six diamonds here, just like their other table, which was in six diamonds down too.
What's happening in the Hammond match now?
So Hammond is. Oh, 1 second. Actually, I have to find. I have to go back to our Hammond match over here. Up six now, Hammond, with three boards left. In fact, I tell you what, if we can, let's sweat maybe the rest of this action, and then we'll circle back and probably have the last two boards of Hammond,
Yeah, it's a great idea. It being that
and then we
close.
can we'll get a little sneak peek of the boards we're ending on. And in fact, it might be fun to watch this auction occur again. What do you think?
Well, only if you're a glutton for punishment.
So in the Hammond match, East West in the in one room was in six clubs down one with these cards, East West, and the other
Diamonds
table is
behave.
bidding it now.
The diamonds behaved and the club behaved. You can make it. You know,
Right?
not so terrible.
I'm sad
Not
to
the
say
best.
we've all been in worse.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. goes to show how valuable the Jack of Trumps is in a slam, right? And the same if they had the Jack of Clubs and the Jack of Diamonds,
Yeah.
this would just be so much of a better slam.
Sure.
The
Sure.
big cards.
Well, once again, if I don't do it now, I might forget, gentlemen. Amazing to have you for this broadcast, and I'm sure many more. I don't know, Corey. Obviously, you're welcome anytime, but I think we're going to discuss schedule with a few of you to see you more frequently, especially as we get down to the fun matches when we get right down to the end. So
All right. I might be away though, but it's great to
it
be
doesn't
back.
matter. They have internet on the cruises. You know, you can
Oh yeah, I
just
guess
get
that's
on.
true.
I'm just
Well, I
Yeah,
do have
Corey.
internet though.
Corey, let's
But
face it. If you're on a cruise, you've got nothing better to do than to.
yeah. Those sea days, there's only
What
so
to
many
do
pina
before?
coladas you can slam down. You know. Oh, this is
I do not drink pina coladas on cruises. You're right. It's vacation.
what did they say? The more you drink, the less your cruise cost. Is that how it goes? Or the more you eat, the less your cruise costs? Have you ever done that, Mitch? You ever done the bridge cruise type thing? I did in my 20s when I wasn't even playing bridge, but it was a nice way to
I,
travel.
I've never gone on a bridge cruise. I have gone on other cruises and volunteered to give some bridge instruction to people. And and Corey knows this better than either one of us, or certainly better than I do. But the fact is, these people can't see the whole playing field. So you're trying just to get them to a point where they can enjoy the game,
Totally.
take some tricks, but they just don't see the whole playing field.
Yep.
Yeah, you want to be able to give everybody something to take home and to improve whatever level they're at. You know,
Exactly.
And that's
Yeah.
why you're
that's
such a
kind of
good
the
teacher,
big
Corey.
mindset.
Is you catch you cast a wide net when you're teaching. Right? You try to give as much. And honestly, a lot of people, even that might consider themselves advanced players, they forget stuff that you're going to remind them of every time. So it's just
It's true. It's a lot. So bridge is so much to pay attention to and learn. And there's always room for improvement. We
yeah.
see it here.
I have some empathy for them because I've exchanged golf lessons and bridge lessons with some of my friends, and their contempt for my golf swing, which I richly deserve.
It has no bearing. Their bridge game is probably not even close. If you have contempt for your golf swing, you should see mine.
Well, I played the other day. I played really well, but I know that it's evaporated. So
And
whatever.
I know the courses I play amazing on. If there are 18 holes that are dogleg rights, I'm going to be unbelievably good.
I, that means I suspect that means you're not left-handed.
No, yeah, I'm a righty. Sure. Jay Frizz is on it. Yeah, I slice.
Yeah, I do. I do.
I am like a deli machine slicer. Someone in the chat said it's Al. Actually, I stopped playing golf after perfecting the 4-putt bogey. Also, very frustrating. So North wants to make this nice invitational bid. South has just nada, but as you can expect that in a third seed opener. Would West have opened if it went check, check, check to them? I wonder.
It's close. I
Would
mean,
would
That's what
anyone pass this
14
board
piercing
out?
points,
I
five
wonder.
card suit. Finn probably would, I would think, but I could be wrong.
This is board 29, right? Yeah, two pairs have decided to pass this out, and others are in varying numbers of no Trump. Two no Trump doesn't look like it has a really amazing future, guys.
No,
well, you've got three hearts of spade and a club to lose off the top,
two
and
clubs. Right?
well, no, if they slip,
Developing.
they slip and let you score a heart trick. Hold on, you score a heart trick and you knock out the ace of spades. You get three spades, a heart, three diamonds, and if you guess the clubs,
Yep,
you get tricks.
that's true.
And there's a healthy golf conversation going on in the chat now, guys. See what you've done.
And if you're counting the points, you'll find out that West has the ace of spades and the king, queen of hearts. They don't have the ace of clubs. So you're going to get the club right. All right, in theory.
Yeah, I agree, Corey. Good play by Ish.
Oh, yep.
Good play by Ish. This beats the hand. Let's see. Actually, if you go up with the king of clubs, you block the club suit. But in theory, this might be.
That's
It's pretty tough to play the king here is the right play.
right.
Well, actually, you know, it's pretty hard to switch to a club from the queen. So I think just the opposite. Fine play by Ish is rewarded
Yeah.
as Bill misguesses, and now they will beat it a trick.
And as you were saying, Ish is a fine card player, proving it once again right there.
Yeah, he put pressure on the declare and gave him a chance to go wrong, and he did. So,
As early as he possibly could.
Yeah, the earlier you do it, as Corey's saying, the less information they have to go on, right? So these decisions are way, way harder at the beginning than they will be. Just a few more glimpses of cards. So, yep. Still just two pairs have passed this board out, but this is one, out of any of the boards we've seen, this is one that could potentially do that. Just how can you resist opening in third chair with a hand that's close enough like that?
Yeah, he wants the club lead, that's the deal. You
Yeah.
open up late in third seat.
So we have the Bailey Robinson match at 15. We have this match at 15, or excuse me, the Hammond Simpson match at 8 now. So these are definitely the closest matches for sure. Looks like a board or two left on each of these. And Juster Goo is within 20 now. Goo had a 62-17 set, or is in the midst of it right now. So that's
Wow.
been an exciting set for them.
Massive.
79 imps, 62 just for one of them.
well, that's the match that'll have to be watched.
Yeah. Do you think there's anything to the fact that there's only one slot available? It's just there's just a slight bit of more pressure on all of these teams because there's no side door, there's no like second team going. It's just it feels
It's
like
harder.
just a little bit more to add to everything. And yes, I would trade bridge lessons for golf lessons and Spanish lessons. Those are the two.
No
Oops.
tennis lessons.
No, I was just gonna say tennis lessons maybe. Massage therapy also definitely trade bridge lessons for hour by hour basis for sure. Wondering what we can see in the offing in the next hand if we have it at any table. There is going to be a swing in the Simpson Hammond match for sure. In fact, if we can, here you go. They're finishing up 5 clubs when their partners were in 6. So if they go down one less, or if they make it, could they make this? I'm not really looking at.
They guessed the diamond right. This is the one with the shit.
So no, they're going down. Just they're gonna go down 2 actually. So this is a swing, just the wrong direction. All right, so Simpson down to 4 now. It looks like, or did they already post that? I can't tell if that has gone in. 6. Yep.
There's a match.
Yep. This
There's
is
a match.
definitely the closest we have at this point. Even though, I mean,
Yeah,
Bailey Robinson is certainly going to be close as well.
And one of the things to bear in mind is Bob Hammond is a national treasure. He will be playing the last segment. That I would bet on.
And here we'll see what Babu's choices are here. I mean, I would open this one club pretty much always in this situation. What do you guys think? Even vulnerable third seat. Why not? Like, what are the arguments against it?
Vulnerable teams, you might get it too high, or you might play the no trump instead of them playing it, where you're going down for a bigger number. If you're opening it hoping that they play it.
Right, and you get the lead, like you were saying earlier.
But Eddie might give Babu more space over a no trump if they play like a spades unbalanced or something.
It's such a subtle thing, but again, the really pretty play that Ish Del Monte made by switching to a club at the critical point in his hand, those are the kind of swings that often are the difference between winning and losing.
Especially in a tight match, right?
Yeah.
Nope, same option.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for North to dial it down, right? With that, it's
No, North has to go. His partner's open vulnerable.
Right, and you might look at that if you're looking, it's 4-3-3, but that's 11 with lots of good cards in those chunky spots.
Yeah, you have those intermediate spots,
Yep.
hearts and spades. So
we could see if John can find the play too. If he doesn't find it, Eddie will definitely count the points, figure this out.
Yeah, in fact, in the chat talking about possibly getting too high, that was pretty common on this end. Almost anybody that decided, a couple people passed it out because if South passes, West will probably just float this. But anybody that's opening the South end is probably going to end up a little bit too high. Even if you end in one no trump, it's kind of a gift. Once again, thanks for watching on Twitch, YouTube, all the places you're watching, right here on Lovebridge also. If you have any issues with the broadcast, let us know. I'm trying to make it as good as we can. Not personal issues.
I wouldn't overcall a diamond with Greg Hinsey's hand, but this would really be an uncomfortable hand to declare if the opening lead had been a diamond.
Gotcha. Because essentially it's not producing anything but goodness for them, essentially. They're not giving anything up by it. They're getting more of a tempo on that.
There's the spade back.
Now, do you think East should have any clue as to whether to switch to a spade or a club based on the way the cards have been played? So specifically on the third round of hearts, a world-class declarer, instead of pitching a spade, pitched a club. Is there an inference to be drawn there, or you don't think so?
I think there's an inference to be drawn by West's hearts that they played back, since North was known to have a 4-card suit, right? So they were known to have 3 hearts to begin with when they won the ace. So ace low higher, ace high lower should be the suit preference signal.
He found the guess of clubs, as you guys were talking about, and there's
right.
There's making 2,
I
and
think that's where I would play the signal.
There's another look at how good Ish's play was at the other table, just underleading that club. There it is, plus 120. So win 1, it looks like.
What? Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah, sorry.
Win
1. So it's a 5. After this many boards, 5 imps separates these teams. And this is the last chance to excel, gentlemen.
This doesn't look like a very interesting hand.
It doesn't. In fact, we can Why don't we take a little peek at some results? In fact, this is the end of that, so we can go home here. And let's just take a little look at the matches. This last board isn't going to be too much, but here we go. Leibowitz has taken command of this match after a 63-17 set. Fleischer way ahead, just kind of playing to a kind of a flattish set score-wise, meaning, or not flattish, 4-point difference. Rosenthal, big set, now up big also. Bramley still ahead, but Shearson caught up here. They were actually down pretty big early. They had a good second half of that set.
They're still down a lot.
Yeah, here are the juicy matches, though. Right? Sorry, guys. Let me give you the full view of that.
And as you pointed out, the Juster match has become a match. So
It
that's
has. In
probably.
fact, it's even closer than it was. It's down to 16 now after a huge set for Gu there. So in the next two sessions, folks, this is the bottom of the bracket here, tables 5, 6, and 7. That's what we're going to be focused on. And I'd like to thank you both for joining. Mitch Dunitz, Corey Krantz, legends here. Thank you so much for joining. And all of you watching out there, tell your friends, tell your family. Bridge is going on live right here, wherever you're watching. So take care, folks, and we'll see you for the next set in a couple
Thank you
of
for hosting, Rob.
hours.
Thank you all.